It's time to start the show.
I have built a radio telescope, which is my battery, a radio receiver, and some computer equipment.
Hey, what's up, guys? Here we go. Maybe if I stood up straight for once. All right. As my mother would say, hey, Brian, if you just stood up straight for once. My mom sounds nothing like that. I don't know. Everyone loves Raymond's mother all of a sudden just came out. But how's everyone doing? Welcome to It's 420 Somewhere podcast. That's right, guys. We are getting down on this Paranormal Tuesday. And it's a good one. It's a really good one. Who has heard of the Mammoth of the Mohave Desert? That's right, guys. Back maybe 60, 70 years ago, they found a mammoth, a massive mammoth out in the Mohave Desert. Was this a throwback to the Ice Age? Was this something that escaped, that managed to make its way because it was in the Mohave Desert? We don't know. But we're going to find out on this Paranormal Tuesday. That's right. We're going to join our friends from Mohave Mysteries. Big shout out to them. And we're going to find out about this Mohave Mammoth. I've never heard of it. I'm looking very, very interested. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm very, very interested, guys. It should be a really good one. And of course, we got the top 5 at 420, and these are just going to be epic falls. These are just people doing stupid stuff, falling on their faces. You guys know the drill. All right. Hey, if it's your first time watching, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button and leave us a comment. Say, hey, it's my first time watching. What are you guys up to? We've been known to give away random prizes to first-time commenters. That's right. So get in there. Get in there because it's going to get good, guys. We got so much coming up. October is going to be epic. You guys are going to... We've never seen in October. We're going to call it Rocktober because it's going to rock, guys. Rocktober coming up. We're going to have the spooky giveaways. We got so much. Baller Club. Don't forget about, I didn't forget about you. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got your boxes coming up very, very soon. Going to be a good time. Good times, guys. All right, so make sure you're hitting that like, comment, and subscribe button. Hit those alerts, guys, because we need to let you guys know when we go live. Hey, who's checked out the latest episode of Baked and Unboxed? That's right. We just dropped it yesterday. I don't Do I have? Let's see. Let's see if I got it. I do not have it. Oh, yeah, I do. Here we go. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. Make sure you're checking out the episode of Baked and Unboxed. We just dropped it today. We unboxed the BAM Horror July box, guys. We got stuff from Halloween. We got stuff from Puppet Master. We got stuff from Night of the Living Dead 2. That's right. Make sure you're checking that out, guys. Only on YouTube and only on the Daily Dank, Baked and Unboxed. Also, make sure you're checking out Off the Beaten Path, where we went this weekend. We got Medieval on that ass in Las Vegas. That's right, guys. We went up and we checked out the King's Tournament up in Las Vegas at the Excalibur. We did a little baked and Off the Beaten Path. Excuse me, man. But as you can see, oh man, you basically see the whole show. You see the highlights. Very, very cool, guys. You don't want to miss it. Check that out. That dropped the other day too. We're going to start pumping out a lot more content, guys, so be prepared. All right. I had to get my drink in. All right. We're going to jump into the top 5 at 420. These are epic fails, guys. I needed a little pick-me-up, and I always love that these can make me laugh the way they do. I may be a little twisted, but hey, aren't we all? You're watching It's 420 Somewhere podcast. We're all a little messed up here. All right, guys, here we go. Top 5 at 420. And boom goes the dynamite. And boom goes the dynamite. That's right, it's a top 5 at 420, brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Best deals around. Check them out. All right, number 5, guys. Looks like he's doing the Mentos. He's doing the Mentos challenge, and he got oh man, that was pretty good. All right, number 4, guys. And oh, I thought he was gonna go back, and he went forward with it. Oh man. All right, guys, number 3. What the heck? If you rat me out, I'm gonna get you. All right, number 2. Oh, this is a good one, guys. We got a YouTuber or a blogger of some kind, showing us how she gets down, and oh, that should have been number 1. That show should have been number 1. Oh. All right. Oh. At least she can laugh about it, right? All right, number 1, guys. We got a little off-road. Oh, shit. He ran right in. Oh, damn. Oh, he hit that hard. All right, top 5 of 420, guys. We got 2 bonus editions. That's right. Here we go. I had to put this one in, guys. I just had to. And then, of course, this guy and his dog. Dog's not having it. Oh, man. The dog is not having it. All right, guys, that was your top 5 at 420 and all that jazz. All right, guys, what are you guys smoking on? We're counting down to 420. I got some great flower. I can't think of the name of it now because I already smoked. And, you know, with that being said, guys, you can't be sad because it's 420! right, guys, we are back. And I got my shit figured out. Speedy Weedy is what I've been on. It's a wax, a live resin that I've been smoking on the last couple of days. Hey, $10 down at THC, guys. Woo! Definitely jump all over that. All right, they got a lot of good stuff. If you guys haven't been down there lately, make sure you're checking them out. Man, they got a lot of killer deals. They got a $10 table, $15 table. Man, the prices, you'll be surprised. You'll be shocked, and you'll be like, why haven't I been coming here the whole time? Hey, welcome back. That's all I got to say. All right, guys, we are going to get into this Paranormal Tuesday. That's right. So we are talking the Mohave Mammoth. I just found out about this thing. There's newspaper articles about it. You know, a lot of this stuff is old miner days where a lot of word of mouth. So you got to think about how that, like, you know, influenced this type of story. Speaking of paranormal, guys, I'm finishing up. I got some interviews to do. Excuse my spitting everywhere. The Greenhouse in Needles, California. One of the most haunted places in the United States, I'm going to say. We're doing a full-on documentary. We did an investigation a year or so ago, and we're going to be dropping that in Halloween. Oh! We're going to have a series of 4 videos once a week in October, guys. I am ordering a mystery box off the dark web or deep web, whatever the kids are calling it these days. And we're going to unbox this sucker and we're going to see what happens. I'm hoping I can extend it out to about 4 weeks. I'm going to order it. I'm going to show you guys how I get on, how we can order it off the dark web. And then it probably take however long it's going to take to get. So I'm hoping that, you know, I can just stretch it out to 4 videos, but it should be pretty interesting. I've seen people get some weird, crazy stuff. Hopefully I don't get cursed. I don't need that anymore. All right, guys. All right. With that being said, so look out for that. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff. We are talking. Let me know what you guys think. We're trying to put it together, a fundraiser. We have a friend who's in need. And we're talking, since it's going to be close to Halloween, around that time, maybe doing a murder mystery dinner on top of a screening of Rocky Horror Picture Show. You know, it might cost $5-10 to get in, whatever, you know, we need to cover our bases on the food and whatnot, but we will figure it out. And hey, when's the last time any of you guys went to a Rocky Horror Picture screening, let alone a murder mystery dinner? I was thinking murder mystery dinner so we could dress up in our costumes. You know, we'll have actors in there that will, you know, you guys just eat and enjoy and see if you can name the murderer. All right, and then after that, stick around or go, and we're going to do a screening of Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's the rough idea now. We're putting it together. Let me know what you guys think, if this is something you'd be interested in, because me and Teresa and everybody, the Daily Dankers, we're working on it. All right, guys, we're going to get into this. I've yapped on. We're going to get into this Paranormal Tuesday bit right now, and welcome Mohave Mysteries. Here we go.
Here's one for you. What leaves huge tracks, is as big as a house, can travel 20 miles in a night, has been extinct for the last 10,000 years. Don't know? Well, it's in the Mohave.
Never know what's in the Mohave. Ow!
When people visit the desert, they often say it would be the perfect place to see a dinosaur, or if you like, a dragon. But how about something that hasn't been seen around these parts since the last ice age? In 1909, 3 men named Jacob Todd, Bert Lewis, and Harry Cunningham came into the town of San Bernardino with a most striking tale.
Oh, dang, so not very far away.
While out in the desert and mountains in the eastern Mohave on a prospecting trip, they had come across tracks. Huge tracks. Tracks that looked to them like the massive footprints of, well, an elephant to be exact. Large and flat, with a 4-footed gait that appeared to show an animal moving at high speed, they were amazed and instantly dropped their plans for gold mining and decided to follow the trail.
Heck yeah.
It had just rained, so the soil was wet and the track was easy to follow. which they did, for a total of 20 miles before losing the Giants Trail somewhere in the mountains near the town
Wow,
of
this is like
Victorville.
on horseback and on foot. 20 miles is a
Of
far
course,
trek.
upon telling their story, they were met with a good deal of skepticism and ridicule, as such an animal would not have lived in the area for many thousands of years. But the men kept to their story, and being well known in the area and thought to be upstanding individuals, the newspaper carried their story with a serious tone.
All right, guys, so what we got is we got 3 miners who are upstanding citizens. People like them, and they're out there mining. They're doing their thing out near San Bernardino. And they decide that, hey, what is this over here? And they see a big print. And it looks like an elephant. But they're like, wait a minute, this is San Bernardino. This is the Mohave Desert. We ain't got no elephants out here. So what I would do is what they did. I would follow it, man. Be like, hey, the gold's going to be here when we get back. Let's go ahead and see what the heck this thing is. So then they start following it. And of course, you know, people are going to say, oh, you guys are drunk. You guys are high on something. Even back in the old West days. Oh, too much time in the glory hole. So, you know, I can't speak for them. Maybe they did spend too much time in the glory hole. I don't know. But we're going to get into this second part, guys. So that's where we're at right now. You know, they seem to think that it's an elephant print, which, I mean, man, if it goes on for 20 miles, it's got to be something, right? All right, here we go, guys.
But then, out of the woodwork came strange stories from others regarding large tracks and mystery beasts in the desert. Some even pointed to previous articles from prospectors and desert explorers who swore they had seen or tracked giant reptiles, and even living dinosaurs in the more remote areas of the Mohave Desert.
See, I can see those stories because of the
To their
Mohave
line of
Desert, but
thinking,
an elephant.
the large flat tracks could just have well been the prints of a huge sauropod as an elephant. It was starting to look as though the 3 men would be viewed as just another trio of heat-damaged cranks or desert storytellers. But the 3 men weren't content to be called liars. They knew what they had seen. They had been tracking for years out in the desert. So instead of giving in to the critics, they replenished their supplies and headed back out into the searing heat. The great elephant hunt was on. Trying to pick up the trail once again up near Victorville, they could only find a few old prints and parts of the animal's path already noted. It looked like the elephant, or whatever it was, had vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared. But then they stumbled across another bit of the story. Apparently, some months earlier, a train had stopped at Victorville, a train that belonged to a traveling circus. And while stalled near the water stop and station, the owners had decided to take some of the animals off to rearrange them in their cars. In the hustle and bustle of the darkness, one of the elephants had escaped from his handlers and run out into the desert.
Good for him.
The circus men went. The circus owners made a callous and cruel decision. They decided since the elephant had been an elderly animal and probably not long to live anyhow, and with a contract to be in the next city that night to be fulfilled, they conspired to keep the escape a secret and abandon the poor animal to its fate somewhere out in the Mohave Desert.
Oh, damn.
The train moved.
So far where we're at, the 3 men could not let it go. They're like, hey, you're not going to be making fun of us. We're not going to be suckers here. We're going to go find this thing because we know what we saw and what we have. So they go out and they get near Victorville, San Bernardino area, and they discover that a circus had driven through and an elephant had escaped. You know, man, those old school carnies and like circus guys, they were some mean bastards, man. Like, really mean bastards. Didn't care about anything but money, animals, just, oh, let it die, let it die. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna finish this up right now, guys. Here we go.
Done. So the prospectors were right after all. There had been an elephant running out in the Mohave, and they had found its tracks. But that was the end of the trail and the story. They went back to their gold mining, and as typical, the newspapers moved on. But it breaks my heart to think that somewhere out there, all alone and in a strange land, some old elephant lived out its days wandering about in that rough and rocky landscape. But maybe we can console ourselves that at the end of its life, it was at least able to enjoy a small bit of freedom once again. Now, the article I referenced said that most people did not believe that the circus people had actually recaptured the elephant. They believed they had abandoned it. The prospectors thought so, and they pointed to the fact that the tracks they found were way out in the desert and heading in the opposite direction. And they were found 2 months after the train had stopped. So who do you believe? Well, I myself wonder in 50, 100, 1,000 years what some future Mohave explorer is going to think when they find the skeleton of an African elephant out in the desert. Now that will be a mystery. I'm ML Behrman. I'll see you next time.
All right, guys. So that was the mystery solved, apparently, or maybe not. You know, it is a fucked up thing, excuse my language, a fucked up thing that they did let that animal out to die and just left him. But like he said, man, elephant got to taste a few months of freedom, perhaps, got to live. I mean, Mojave Desert in Africa, I've never been to Africa, but I'm assuming Africa's pretty harsh. The desert, Mojave Desert, you know, the train, I know it's different, but, you know, maybe he lived, you know, lonely, but yet out of jail type of thing, out of entrapment. So, you know what, maybe it was for the best for that guy. He got to live it as a free elephant and die as a free elephant. So, hey, you can't beat that. All right, so that was the Mohave Mammoth on this Paranormal Tuesday, guys. That's right. Oh, man. So what's going on out in the great wide world? Is it this weekend or next weekend? The Mohave County Fair is coming out. Probably go check that out. I usually take my kids every year, but they're older now. I don't want to be hanging out with their old man dad. But maybe I'll go check it out, and I'll do some food challenges over there. Get stoned and go eat some deep fried Oreos or whatever they do. Oh, man. Good times, guys. Let's see. Really kind of quiet. Got of September 11th. God bless. Kept it quiet yesterday. Mellowed out. Still one of those tragedies where you always remember where you were when that happened. You know. You know. I'll just tell a brief story to wrap this up. I was a baker in a previous life. That's right. I made donuts. I made breads. I made cheesecakes. I made you name it, cakes, decorated rolls, donuts, apple fritters, cinnamon rolls. Oh man. And I was working day shift, like 5 to 1 p.m. So 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I came in and I listened to the Mark and Brian radio program because that's all they had on the radio. So I'd listen to that and making my focaccia bread or whatever it was. And chef comes in, a chef, not the chef, just a chef. And he comes in and he's screaming about the health inspectors coming. And I'm listening to the radio, and you know, it had happened. The first plane had hit the tower, and they were saying tower. I didn't quite comprehend what tower. And I said, like, hey, man, I think something major happened. I think a plane just ran into one of the towers or something. Well, he freaks out and was like, no, the health inspector's coming. Who cares about a tower? It's the health inspector. And he freaks out. Well, you know, we all go home at the end of our shift and we realize how bad it actually was and what was going on. And I get back the next day and he comes in hat in hand and is like, dude, I'm an asshole and I'm sorry. And I was like, hey, don't worry about it. None of us knew exactly what it was or what was going on, but that's where I was on my 9/11 moment. Hey, if it's not too sad, why don't you guys blow up those comments? Let me know where you were on 9/11 and how it impacted you and how you're dealing with it. I mean, we're all Americans, man. It was an attack on America like we've never seen before. So, we have the right to feel a little something, something. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. The cameraman's giving me the wrap-up sign. We got to go. Hopefully everyone's having a great Paranormal Tuesday. Hopefully the Mohave Mammoth, you don't run into that sucker because he's big. But one thing I did like what he said was in 100 years, when explorers out in the Mohave Desert find an African elephant, what are they going to think? African elephant bones. It's going to be crazy. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to take off. Make sure you're hitting up the dailydank.com and check out everything we have to offer over there. Hey, make sure you're hitting up the Healing Center at 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California, right across the bridge. The first thing you're going to see, going to get some epic cells, man, like you've never seen before. Take my word. Head on over there and check it out. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to It's 420 Somewhere. Make sure you're blowing up those comments for me. Only 100 subscribers away from 10,000, guys. So make sure you blow it up and let's hit that 10,000. We're going to party like it's 10,099. That's right, guys. Like it's 99999. That's right. All right, guys. I appreciate it. God, I'm so fucking old. All right, guys. I appreciate you all. And I will see you next time on It's 420 Somewhere podcast. That's right, guys. We will see ya.